Hi, it's Ariane with Young Professionals Interview Guide, and in today's video we will be discussing how to answer the interview question, tell me about yourself. So stay tuned for 3 quick tips on how to prepare yourself to answer this question. You want to have short responses ready when you are preparing for your interview so that you can quickly recall what you're going to say. I've broken this question down into 3 parts. So tip number 1 is going to be to prepare a brief introduction. So you want to speak about your professional background, your professional experience. You never want to talk about your personal life. You don't want to talk about anything negative that's going on in your life. When interviewers ask this question, you have to keep it professional. So you want to talk about your most recent experience, your most relevant experience to the position that you're interviewing for. So you don't want to ramble and talk about other positions if it doesn't pertain to the current position. I emphasize the word professional because you don't want to talk about any of your personal hobbies. This is not the time to discuss anything going on in your personal life. So keep it professional and just talk about relevant work experience and recent work experience. If you have done a position that's going to be years and years ago and it's not really relevant to the position that you're interviewing for, don't mention it. So anytime you're speaking during an interview, you want to stay positive and you want to stay on track. Keep in mind, it's not about what you say, it's how you say it. So you want to word things, you want to tailor what you're saying to the position. So you have to be convincing. Part number 2 is going to be your qualifications. So you want to highlight what qualifies you for this current position. This is the time to highlight any achievements that you may have had in the past. Talk about any promotions, if you were ranked high, if you received any rewards, any type of recognition. This is the time to talk about that now. You want to speak about how you've worked your way up to your current position and what qualifies you for this position you're interviewing for. Use numbers so you can highlight your previous background, or you can summarize your previous experience. I was ranked number 1. I improved the account system from 0 accounts received to 100%. Just quantify your experience. Paint a picture, spell it out so the interviewer is convinced. This is the time that you discuss any promotions that you've had in the past, any highlights, any high rankings you may have had in the past. This is your time to brag about yourself, but do not be cocky, do not be arrogant. So it's very important to highlight how you've worked your way to the point where you are now, how you've achieved everything in your past and what qualifies you to be the best fit for this current position. Describe to them vividly, this is what I've done in the past. I've worked hard. Use numbers, quantify your experience. You've ranked number 1. Any way you can highlight your previous experience, this is the time to do so. No one's gonna brag for you and highlight yourself more than you. So advocate yourself, be your own cheerleader. Keep in mind, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of candidates interviewing for the same position. So you want to make sure you highlight yourself and make sure you can stand apart from all of the other applicants in a positive way. This is your time to say a narrative, tell your story, paint a picture for the interviewer so they can understand the type of worker that you are and how you will be if you're selected for the position. Part number 3 is going to be you explaining why you're interested in this current position. So you've talked about your professional background, how it's relevant. You've talked about your qualifications. Now you have to connect the dots and speak about why you're interested in this field at all. Just because you're qualified does not necessarily translate into interest. So for example, if it's a sales position, you can say, I was previously a top performer, I consistently ranked number 1, and I love sales. I love helping people. That way you're connecting the dots. It makes sense. You're in sales because you love it, not just because it comes natural to you. You enjoy it. So whatever the position is, if it's not sales, if it's the medical field, you just want to paint that picture and you want to genuinely express yourself and portray that you're going to be the best fit for this position. You can't just say, oh, I'm qualified, so therefore I'm interested. You really want to spell it out, connect those dots, and You really want to emphasize why you're the best fit for the position. And make sure you sound authentic and genuine. So those are my 3 tips for how to answer Tell Me About Yourself. Let me know if you have any questions, any comments, leave them down below. Definitely check out my other videos on how to interview, and also be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.